Alright, so I'm back. So the last video I was talking about emotional eating and how I'm having the realization that I am an emotional eater, and most of it negative emotion, I think. So, let's see. I was talking about how growing up, food was never used as a reward, and it was not something that we were like allowed to just indulge or anything. And I because of that, I think I have a negative relationship with food now. And that kind of ties in to me feeling deprived. Like if I go out with my friends and I'm like, no, I'll just have a water, and they're all having beer or they're having cocktails or whatever, and I do feel deprived because I feel almost like it's, it's just off limits for me. Everybody else can have it, but I can't have it. And I remember that feeling as a kid, like, not being allowed to have food that I wanted. And, I don't really know where that leaves me now. I guess just learning that, food is not something that, just because I want it, I should get as much of it as I want. Like, no other area of my life is like that. I mean, I'm pretty responsible with my money. Like, there are, people that just spend and spend and spend because they just want and want and want. That's not me. If I want it, but I know I can't have it because I don't have the money, I'm not going to buy it, So why can't that logic transition over to eating? Like, just because I want it doesn't mean I can have it because I'm not able to have that food without getting fat. Yeah, I mean, she talks about living in, after HCG and after getting off the protocol and just living life, having to be okay with the fact that you are living in a world of gluttons, and that's the truth. I mean, everybody around you, I know for me, all my friends, all they do is just stuff face, like, all the time. Like, what do y'all want to do tonight? Let's go out to dinner. Let's go out to the bar. I mean, so it's like the video is really great because right now a lot of us, I noticed, are having psychological problems on the protocol. A lot of us are on our second, third, whatever round, and it's harder this time around for some reason for a lot of us, and we are cheating, like I cheated this past weekend for no reason other than just I was celebrating with my friends on Saturday night, and then on Sunday I was just lazy and didn't want to cook, so I just was like, sure, Zaxby's, like, whatever. I mean, stupid choices. Or, we are psychologically having problems with the weight. She talks about not weighing yourself, which is not something that I'm willing to give up yet. I mean, I'm not obsessing over the number, but at the same time, I also want to see it. To me, it's like it's a reward more than anything, I mean, if I'm doing this and I'm waking up every day and I'm just trusting my body to be losing weight, but I'm not actually seeing that it is, I don't know if I can get to that point yet. I know that that's the healthy place to be mentally, but I'm just not there, and she talks about how, people that weigh every day, or like in my case, weigh a couple times a day, like I do my weigh in the morning, and then I always weigh when I come home from work and just see where I'm at, and, she talks about that's control that we're not willing to relinquish yet, and, yeah, I'm not willing to let go of that yet. And so, but I mean, it was really interesting to hear her talk about the reason behind that is that we don't trust our bodies to do the right thing. Like, I don't. That's why I weigh. It's because I don't trust that I'm losing weight. I don't trust that my body's doing what I'm asking it to do. So that was interesting to hear her talk about that. And the other thing I just wanted to mention really quick, like with like the food addiction and stuff, is like I had no idea that when you ate, I mean, I studied I studied biology in college. Like, I'm a very science-minded person. Like, that's what my degree is in. And I had no idea that when you eat, that the cocaine center of your brain is active. I have never heard that. I don't know if that's common knowledge. I don't know. But I was, like, a little blown away by that. I mean, that's just so telling, you know? Like, that just, it just says everything right there. That fact. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that really quick. And then the other thing I wanted to mention was just, like, the whole point of her meeting with this girl was to have her take ownership to the fact that the reason that we are fat is because we made ourselves fat. And if you guys watched my before and after video after round 1, you'll see that I put a lot in there about my journey gaining the weight. But I finally got to the point when I saw 197 on the scale that I was like, enough is enough. But and I thought that I had taken ownership for the fact that I was fat, but all I had done was admitted to myself that I was fat. You know? In my head, it wasn't that I had made myself fat. You know, yeah, I was fat, but it was the foods that I was eating that had made me fat. You know, it wasn't me. It was all of that Chinese food that I ate, or it was the 950 beers that I drank. Like, it was not the fact that it was, you know, fork to mouth. Me. And that persisted through round 1. And up until now with round 2, and the reason that I say that is because even though now I have taken responsibility for, not responsibility, I have made a choice to change the fact that I'm fat, but I still was thinking it was the food making me lose weight. Like, the reason that I was losing weight with the protocol was because of the food I was eating and the drops that I was taking. And to an extent, that's true. But at the same time, it was me. Like, it's me. It's not the food. And it's me. Because even with the drops, if I were to eat too much of that food, I would gain weight. It wouldn't work. But for whatever reason, there's this, like, cognitive dissonance. Like, I can't put it together that, like, I'm making the choice now. Like, the good choice. Portions. You know, I eat enough that I'm not hungry anymore. I don't just eat because I just want it. Like, you know, I mean, but for whatever reason, in my head, I wasn't putting it together that, yeah, it's me. Like, it's all me. You know, it's not the pizza, and it's not the steamed cabbage, and it having these effects, you know. Pizza didn't make me fat. I made me fat. Cabbage didn't make me skinny. I am making me skinny. Which, I don't mean to use skinny after I just put a vlog up the other day about not using that word. But, you know, I mean, you understand what I'm saying. So, taking ownership for it is something that, it almost, like, feels good. To just be like, wow. Yeah, I was fat. I still am, you know, I still have some stuff going on. And it's all my fault. And that feels good because I know I got myself into this and it's me that's going to get myself out of it, no matter what I have to do. Okay, well, sorry. Okay, so anyway, I bought Weight Loss Apocalypse. I just wanted to put a couple of videos up about just kind of my first thoughts about watching her little 30-minute thing. I'm going to put a link to it, and I want to thank Graphics Girl for putting a link up on her page because that's how I found it. And sorry to be so late on the Weight Loss Apocalypse train, but you know, I'm excited to read it. And yeah, I just, you know, light bulbs going off today. So, happy to report that I have been totally popped today, drinking water. I feel like I'm going to float away. So, hopefully, you know, even I did cheat this past weekend, and a lot of you were, you know, giving me shit about it. I mean, I know it's out of love, but, you know, on the comments. I'm okay with whatever happens the next couple days. You know, I made that choice, and I will live with the consequences if it means that the scale moves slow the next couple days. I gotta trust myself that eventually it'll pick back up and I'll be on the right track again. So, but yeah, thank you guys for everything, and I will talk to y'all later.